Hey viewers, welcome to BL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and this video is part 2 of the predictive for the month of October 2021. There's a very important content in that, and it's also as per the 12 zodiac signs, ascendant or the moon sign, whichever resonates more with you. And this video is divided into segments as the other videos I make, similar to those, yes. So this will be divided into two parts. The first part would include the position of the planets this month and how they are going to be impacting all of us globally. And the second part would be on the individual plane, that how is it going to be impacting you this month? The planetary positions in the sky, how are they going to be impacting one and all? So that would be to start with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and so on and so forth. So if you don't want to hear the summary part, the initial summary part, which is going to be a little longer one, so you can straight away skip from this part and you can go to your predictive as per your sign. I do give the timestamps. I try to give the timestamps most of the time. So you can just click on the chapter that you wish to watch and you'll be directed to that straight away. Do read the contents in the description box of the video, because there's a lot of information that I impart, the transit positions, how they are going to be like placed, and the dates. Also, there is a remedy that I'm going to be giving you in the description box. Please do go through that as well this time. It's a very pious month as we have Navaratris, as you all know, the 9 pious days of Goddess. So I have given the mantras for that as well. So you should chant at least once in a day. All right. So what exactly is going to be happening this month? If you're driving a car, you're moving directly, correct? In the front gear. But at times what happens, you have to halt and you have to go back. You have to go in the reverse. It's just that you're reversing for a reason, because you need to reverse to move forward. The one who throws a javelin, what happens? Or the shot put in the game of sports. He has to go back, run forward to move forward. He has to really, gear up with the javelin in his hand. So he is basically, going in the reverse to just aim and gain that momentum and that energy, so that with that force, he can throw the javelin or the shot put. Similarly, when the planets are in retrogradation, which is an apparent, of course, an apparent phenomena, they are not actually retrograde, but they do come closer to the vicinity of the Earth. So, and they're far from the sun. So there are some odd degrees or the houses when the planets are away from sun, they get retrograde because they are not getting that kind of light from the sun. So when this kind of a phenomena, which is an apparent phenomena happens, that means you are actually forced to look inwardly. You have that time to contemplate on things, the transformative energy that you have during this time. This is the time when you have to look into yourself, stay for a while, dwell on a particular thing, and then decide as to what do you want to do next. So now is the time when the planets are in this month going to go direct. They're going to be stationary and then they'll be moving forward. But when they are in the retrogradation, you must have felt Jupiter, Saturn, as a matter of fact, Mercury is also going to go direct. So when they were in retrogradation, please look back. What happened? Are you really prepared when the planets are going to go direct? Saturn is our karma karak. Have you really planned? Have you organized your life? The deeds that you are supposed to do now, have you planned everything? So now is the time when you're going to be feeling the results of this Saturn and Jupiter and Mercury even more, because they are going to be in the retrograde phase for some time, and then they'll be moving, of course, forward in the degrees that they have covered and completion of those degrees, and then moving forward. Now, this retrogradation is going to end. So now is the time when you will feel the energies even more. The slowdown in the jobs, the piousness in the job, the sanctity in the jobs that you have been doing, in the relationship, in communication, all that is going to get optimized. You're going to gain that momentum now. So be prepared for this month to be a very powerful month, a foundational period, because this is the month where planets actually will be moving towards their positive energies and will be taking this energy forward to the next level, that is towards the next year. We have Sun transiting through Libra, which is again, a little uneasy kind of a placement for Sun. And then Mercury is moving into demotion on the 2nd of October, coming back to Virgo. I made the video. You can go back and watch that video as well. Then Venus is going to be changing signs. Venus is from Libra, its own zone, going to be going into its inimical zone, that is Mars's zone, ruled by Mars, that is Scorpio, conjunct Ketu. And Mars will also be entering the sign of Venus. That is why it is called the Parivartana, because they are going to be in exchange with each other. Venus is going to be in Mars's sign and Mars is going to be in Venus's sign. It's a very precarious kind of a transit, though I will be explaining it shortly. I'll be sharing the screen and I'll be explaining. That would be better that you understand with the charts in front of you and you can see and compare and understand what I'm saying. Also, we have, as I said, Jupiter is getting direct, Saturn is getting direct. Rahu, Ketu are going to be in the Virgo and Pisces Navamsa, and Saturn is going to be in Aries Navamsa. So I will be sharing the screen. You will be shown the festivals also this month and the chants that you have to do, the remedy that you have to do. This is for all the 12 signs because it's the month of the goddess, and goddess doesn't discriminate. She says, come to me, I will give you love. She's the mother after all. And the mother is the only one who nurtures all of us unconditionally, isn't it? So this is the month when we should pray to her, and we should actually, gain that kind of positive energy and the energy that we require, the areas of life where things are not happening, missing. So she will actually shower her blessings to all of us. Be prepared, be receptive. All right. So let me share the screen. Let's see. Okay. Real astrology, as you know, and delve deep into your stars, unveiling your future with the help of the divine. So let's, whatever we have to do, we should pray to the Lord that everything goes well. And let me start with the October planetary positions. Sun is going to be in Virgo till the 17th of October. And after that, will be moving into its sign of debility. Mars will be in Libra. And from the 22nd of October to the 5th of December, the whole month long, before 22nd is going to be in the sign of Virgo. 10th August to the 21st of November, this Mars is going to be in combustion also. It's hidden. Basically, combustion is Astangata, so it is like hidden. Planet is behind something. Mercury is in Virgo till the 22nd, was in Virgo till the 22nd of September, then went into Libra. And from the 2nd of October is going to be coming back to the Virgo sign and is going to stay there till the 2nd of November. And then enters Libra finally. It gets direct on the 18th of October in Virgo. And Venus is going to be entering Scorpio from 2nd to the 30th of October. So this is a little, tough time because Ketu is also there in Scorpio. Jupiter is getting direct on the 18th of October. And as you can see, it was earlier in Aquarius, then Capricorn. And then again, it is going to be getting direct in Capricorn, and finally will be entering in the month of November, the sign of Aquarius again. These are the nakshatra movements. You can note down these also. Saturn will be in direct motion. It will be moving into direct from the 11th of October and will be in the Aries Navamsa till the 7th of November. And after that, again, it moves into the Taurus Navamsa. Rahu Ketu, as I said, true notes I take, and Rahu has already transited through the Krittika Nakshatra. But we are feeling the results, little better results because of this transit as compared to Rohini. Rohini Rahu is not considered to be very good, but Krittika is good for the leaders all across the globe. So from the 19th of September onwards, Rahu went into the Krittika Nakshatra and is in Pisces Navamsa, and Ketu in Anuradha Nakshatra in Virgo Navamsa. These are the dates you should make a note. There's a second Kal Sarpa, which is going to happen only in December, which I will be making a separate video, of course. New moon is on the 5th and it's till the 6th, and full moon is from the 19th till the 20th of October. We have beautiful festivals. We have Mahalaya. So whatever the Pitru dosha you have, feed food, donate something, you should be doing that during this time. And Mahalaya is like the Sarva Pitri. So you should actually donate, for all the ancestors during this time. Wish fulfillment desires that you have, you can be getting all the blessings from your ancestors. This is a very beautiful time for asking for forgiveness and the guilt that you have, so you can eradicate that guilt as well. And then we have the Navratris starting from the 7th, and then we have Durga Puja starting from the 12th, and Durga Ashtami on the 13th, and we have the Sehra, that is the Dashami on the 15th of October. And we have Sun transiting through the Libra sign, that is Tula Sankranti on the 17th, and we have Kartik month, which is starting from the Purnima of 20th of October. And then we have Karva Chauth and Ahoi Ashtami also. Let me explain what is happening this month. So this is the chart of the 1st of October, when Venus, Mercury are here, and rest of the planets are not changing. So just see after this first, second, if you can see, Mercury went back to Virgo, and Venus changed signs and went on this very same day, that is 2nd of October, Delhi, India time. It's written here. Venus enters and joins Ketu. See, this transit is not considered to be that good overall, because this may bring about trouble to the film industry, to the artists, or maybe, to the ones who are into any kind of fine arts, jewelry designing, fashion designing, film industry, television industry, or demise of the film stars or something, like that can happen. In case, you are having some kind of health issues. So this might aggravate health issues as well, related to your sexual parts, especially. Because this is the 8th sign, deep sign, and Venus going into the Mars sign is considered to be uncomfortable position for this Venus. There is a Parivartana also on the 22nd. This is on the 2nd when Venus transits through, but it is going to be a Parivartana only for a few days, because Venus will be transiting out of the zone on the 30th of October. Venus Ketu will be tightly conjunct from the 18th to the 11th of October, and you have to be really careful on these days, because when they are closely conjunct, that means in Navamsa also they're going to be closely conjunct. So it is double the impact. It can impact you personally and globally. So you have to be extra cautious during this time. So the best would be that donate something in white, sugar, rice, wear whites more, stay calm, and propitiate Goddess Saraswati. On the 11th October, Saturn gets direct. When you have to see the direct or the retrograde planets, you have to see the dasha. Are you really running the dasha? First and the foremost is, how is the planet in retrograde or it's in a direct? Like Saturn and Jupiter generally, I've seen it's 1/3 of the population will be having Saturn, Jupiter retrograde. Mercury, I have seen people have, Mercury also retrograde, because Mercury retrogrades thrice a year. So you have to see whether you have a retrograde Saturn as well in your chart. Where is it placed? So that will decide a lot many things. The connectivity between this Saturn and that Saturn of yours will decide as to how this Saturn is going to give you the results. So if it is in a Dusthana, so Saturn retrogression might be giving you, delays and frustrations, But at the same time, if Saturn is getting retrograde in the sky also, it might just minimize the impact, and the vice versa. So you have to interpret it yourself. And on a personal level, it is very difficult to speak about this, the retrogrades, because they are very erratic also. They might give very good results. They might just, ruin everything also. Most of the things, I mean. So the best is that, over a period of time, just start checking yourself, during these 4 months, what all happened. 140 days, approximately, Saturn remains retrograde. So what all happened? Check yourself. Now, Saturn in Capricorn will get retrograde twice. So you have to see how this Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, how they are in your personal chart. So this generally, will speed up things and will give you some hope to complete the task that you have not been able to. So it will be gradual again, but yes, you will definitely be able to complete the tasks which are lying pending. Sun will be entering Libra, as I told you initially, on the 17th of October. So Sun is entering Libra sign. It's the sign where Sun debilitates. So this is something, which will bring about, because Libra is scales. It is something which brings about harmony in relationships also, creativity, balance, right? So when this Sun enters this sign of Libra, which is ruled by Venus, so it debilitates here, because Sun feels difficulty to share and coordinate with other people. He feels so much of pressure to compromise his authenticity. So Sun is actually damaged in Libra, and it actually leads to lack of leadership capability. Even the leaders suffer during this time. I've seen some moral incompetence and pursuing sensuality, which is not the Sun's cup of tea, but yeah, this happens. So you become very social. Sun is not a social planet. Sun is a very secluded planet. Sun is a Krura Graha. Sun is the king, and king is alone. He's a loner. So when Sun enters this sign of, socializing and compromising, so he doesn't feel comfortable here. So he feels that, he cannot be agreeable, he cannot be flexible, he cannot be non-confrontational. So that compromising Sun, he feels quite frustrated here. Expenditures might increase, or maybe there is some kind of affliction related to jealousy, laziness. You feel quite, because it's ruled by Venus. So Venus is, laziness also, extramarital affairs also, this can lead to. So you have to be really careful about these things. What is the positive aspect? That you become very unique about whatever you do. You become very friendly with people. You learn to be friendly. If you're not, so you become friendlier. Okay, so that is something, which is good also. It means that, you're going to be developing in a very different manner. So which is again very positive. Then there is Jupiter and Mercury also turning direct on the very same day. This is the time, that is 2135, when I erected this chart. Jupiter got direct before this Mercury. So Jupiter is actually stationary and then will be moving in the direct motion after 4-5 days. So Mercury is in its own zone, so it's a good disposition again. He's feeling very positive, logical. You will be striking that kind of communication now. So there's a retrograde period that I explained in the previous video also. There is a retrograde phase, which is from the 18th till the 3rd of November, because Mercury got retrograde in Libra. So until unless Mercury reaches the same degrees, it's going to be having some kind of communication gap again. But you have to understand yourself. There should not be any pressure to compromise or pressure to communicate. Okay. For education also, you have to maybe give it some time to decide. Then we have, I've already made a video also to Rahu entering Krittika Nakshatra, mean Rahu on the 7th of October. So on the 19th of September, this Rahu entered the Krittika Nakshatra. So for details, you can just go back and watch that video as well. And from here, Rahu is going to be aspecting the planets in Virgo as well as Capricorn. So a lot of energy from Rahu is emitted, and Jupiter is also in mutual aspect to this Rahu, though. He is the one who actually eclipses the sun and the moon, the luminaries. You should stick to your value system when you are supposed to make any kind of decisions related to your karma. So Rahu Ketu, of course, there are many videos I've made on Rahu Ketu transiting through Taurus and Scorpio, so you can go back and watch those as well. Coming to the next one, that is Ketu, Jupiter, Mars. They are going to be conjunct in the Navamsa from the 17th till the 22nd of October. Again, a very precarious kind of a combination. They are going to be in the Navamsa of Virgo. So Virgo is what? Virgo is our health, disease. So this is something which we have to be very cautious about, because this can intensify many things. As it is, we are heading to the festive time. So 17th to the 22nd of October, please take care of your health. In crowded places, please avoid, because in the 6th house of the natural zodiac, this is not a good placement. There is an exchange between, this Mars and Venus. Mars is going to be in Libra sign, and Venus is going to be in Scorpio sign. So this will intensify your relationships. It is going to give you a lot of inclination towards sexual energies, and there is a change within yourself and your relationship on the positive side also. It is not just that the relationships are going to be really getting sour or bad. So this is a good time for initiation of a relationship also, and this is a good time for getting into any kind of marital alliance also. Okay, so the Bija mantra I'm giving you is Shreem. That is to be done for 108 times every day. So this is a good mantra for gain and prosperity in life. Now this mantra, that is the 9 names of Mahalakshmi, Goddess Mahalakshmi. You can do it once in a day, or you can do 9 times in a day. Okay, so I'm speaking out. Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Gajalakshmi Namaha. Om Jayalakshmi Namaha. Om Dhana Lakshmi Namaha. Om Santana Lakshmi Namaha. Om Sita Lakshmi Namaha. Om Dhairya Lakshmi Namaha. Om Dhanya Lakshmi Namaha. Om Vidya Lakshmi Namaha. Om Mahavishnu Mahalakshmi Namaha. Okay, so chant this. This will give you overall happiness, all spheres of life, because this contains your wealth also. It is like for progeny also. Santan is progeny. Dhairya and Dhanya, it's for wealth also. Vidya is for your education. So Mahalakshmi is incomplete without Vishnu. So that is why the last one is Om Mahavishnu Mahalakshmi Namaha. So do these chants. This is a very powerful month of October. So have a great month. I'll be sharing with you now the predictive as per your zodiac sign, that is ascendant or the moon sign. So coming to the Aries sign first to start with. For Aries natives, you have to see how is the condition of Mars. Are you running through the dasha of Mars? Are you running through the dasha of any planet which is forming connectivity with Mars? So that is going to impact you a lot. See, Mars is in your 6th house, and it's going to give you a lot of energy to make decisions now. Some competitive edge will be attached to your business, to your profile, to your work. And then we'll be moving into, till the 22nd, it's going to be in the 6th house. I have already made a video on Mars transit through Virgo sign. Please go back and watch that. Mars is going to be conjunct Sun till the 17th. So this is like, the authoritative figures who are working at a level, higher level. They might get very aggressive, or they might just be putting a lot of energy, double the energy at the place of work. It's a very good time for these student natives to achieve the goals they have set. That's why I said the competitive edge that you have. There can be that there will be some kind of blood flow, which leads to headaches. There can be some stress also. So for that, you have to be extra careful. This will lead to this Mars combination, with Sun, and, then we'll be moving into Libra sign. and will be forming a Parivartana with Venus. This is also going to be bringing about some intensity in your relationship. You might feel that you are getting too agitated, getting too jittery about things, small things. You're going to be very nitpicky. So you have to be maintaining that calmness and that cool in your head so that you can move on with the kind of scenario you are entrapped in. So this will give you good future prospects for business, new business startups. In case you want to go in for some business, this will be giving you all the prospects for positive energy here. Jupiter and Saturn are also going to go direct. So this will bring about some elevation at the place of work also. Mars from the 7th house will be looking at your 2nd house also. So this will lead to some health issues to your partner. You have to take care of your partner's health. This will give you some kind of savings also, but at the same time, a lot of expenses as well. Similar kind of expenses, maybe, you know, you have to be working through those this month, the financials. Venus is going to be transiting your 8th house with Ketu. Take care of your health, lower abdominal region. You have to work through your relationship. You have to put that extra effort there. There can be some kind of confusion because of this Mercury retrogradation also. Mercury is going to conjoin this Mars in Libra sign for few days. Mercury is going to be in Virgo sign and Mars is going to be in Libra sign at that time. And Venus is also going to be in the 8th house of yours. So there is a Shubh Kartari for this Mars. So which is going to be like the hemmed between benefics instead of malefics. So this will bring about a lot of energy to think wisely and decide wisely as to you want to be in this relationship or not. As far as relationship is concerned, this is going to be a tough task for you to make choices. But yes, you will be having that kind of inclination to complete the task. You will be working through the things at the place of work. You're already having this metamorphosis, maybe some change at the place of work, some, your premises is changing or some kind of movement is definitely coming your way this month, from this month onwards. It's a very crucial month, foundational month for you. So Sun will also be transiting through your 7th house zone. So this will bring about a lot of energy, which will give you balancing factor. It will bring about that balance. The ego will be down and you will be having that kind of balancing factor also attached to your workplace, your relationship. So this is overall a good time for any kind of startups, business growth, very powerful placement. And also this will bring about some investments, which is also going to be after 18th. That will be better if you go in for the investments after the 18th of this month when Mercury goes direct. So decide and then make decisions. I have given the chance initially, in the beginning part, and I've written in the summary part in the description box also. Please do go through the chants, do the chants. They're going to be really helpful for you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. So for Taurus natives, this transit of Venus is what matters the most for you, because Venus is going to be joining Ketu in your 7th house. So this might bring about some confusion in your relationship, some distance, some space in your relationship, or they can be that your partner leaves and goes and stays somewhere, joins a place overseas. So that kind of likelihood is there. So this might bring about good future prospects for business, but for relationship, you have to really work through the relationship. You have to be more focused on the relationship, or you have to actually put effort to revive the relationships you are in. This might bring about detachment also. Sun will also be transiting out of your 5th house and will be transiting your 6th house, which is considered to be a good zone for Sun, 6th house transit. But at the same time, it's going to be debility. So what happens, the power, the authority, or the kind of, ego that you have, that might just minimize because of this, gets toned down. There is a lot of balancing effect because of this. You're quite frustrated. Your expenditures might increase. but at the same time, you will be more sociable. You will be working for the public interest more. That is something which is, I think, very positive. Good time for student natives. Mercury will be going retrograde and moving backwards and will be transiting through your 5th house zone. So this will bring about some new educational prospects, some exploration of new subjects. Jupiter, Saturn are also going to go direct in the 9th house. Maybe some guru you will be contacting and you'll be meeting somebody this month. With these planets going direct, your Yoga Graha, that is Saturn, is also, the lord of the 9th and the 10th, which is like the most important trine and Kendra combination, powerful most, that is going to go direct. So whatever your luck factor, was stagnant, now it's going to get that momentum with Saturn getting direct. So you're going to be making wise decisions. You're going to be traveling. Maybe you will be doing some kind of business, which is going to bring a lot of wealth to you also. Something very positive coming your way. At the same time, relationships are going to suffer because of Venus and Ketu combination. Maybe there is a separation already, or you're thinking of separation. So make sure that you make wise decisions, of course. Okay. For health, this month is going to be little, downhill because Mars and Sun are going to be in your 6th house. So this gives diseases. At the same time, some blood-related issues you can have. Headaches might be there often. You might be under stress also. And this can lead to some health issues. So be careful about your health, I would say, because Rahu is also over your 1st house. So this is not a good placement for you. Okay, so make sure that you take care of yourself. Okay, for progeny prospects, if you are planning childbirth, so this month is a good month for you as well. Okay, coming to Gemini sign. For Gemini natives, this Mercury's transit is very essential for you to see. Mercury is going to go direct after the 18th. Till the time Mercury is retrograde, you have to watch out how your Mercury in your natal chart is. If it's retrograde, so maybe, in a good place, so this will be a good transit for you. But if Mercury is, not forming a good connectivity with this Mercury, so this will not be a good transit for you. But at the same time, Mercury is going to be forming the Panchamahavarusha Yoga again, because it's going to be going into its own zone. It's going to go demoted. So this is going to be bringing about some positive energy to your to your 4th house zone. So maybe some move, some change of place is on cards, or maybe there is something which will lead to some kind of positive energy for you to make decisions regarding your education, regarding your buying or purchasing of property also, because Mars is going to be conjunct Mercury, your 4th lord after all. So you're going to be purchasing some land or property. The best is give a little bit of donation, during this Mercury retrogradation, when Mercury is in your 4th house zone retrograde during this time. And Mahalaya is also there on the 6th. So it's good if you can do some kind of Pitra Tarpana, for your ancestors. It is going to really help you. Some donations or some, I've made the video. You can go back and watch that video as well on Tarpana, the Pitru Paksh. So Venus is going to be conjunct Ketu, as you can see, in your 6th house zone. So this will bring about some issues related to your health. And there can be some complications in your relationships also at the place of work, maybe, with the co-workers. They can be. This is the house of service after all. So you might just go spiritually also. It detaches you from the world, basically. Ketu detaches you. Ketu is going to be actually fulfilling your karma, past life karma. So you are maybe having some past life karma related to your to somebody, and you're going to be quitting that karma when Venus Ketu combination, especially the girl child. You can just donate something, pray to the goddess. So that will be a good thing to do when Venus is conjoined this Ketu. Saturn and Jupiter are also going to go direct, which is again a very positive thing for you, because they are coming out of the 8th house zone, because they are moving in the progression. They are moving into your 9th house. So the luck lord is moving towards the luck house. So this is going to enhance your luck, some movement coming your way. You might be just leaving the place where you are and shifting out, or maybe there is some elevation at the place of work also, with the Saturn looking at this zone and Jupiter looking at your 12th house. So future prospects are brighter with the overseas people, connectivity with overseas people, and this is going to bring about some elevation to you as well. So make the right kind of choices, don't get carried away with whatever, people are talking about. Don't get carried away. Don't backstab anybody. Don't backbite anybody. That's a major remedy for you that I can give you. So whatever decisions you have to make related to your finances, this will be a good time to make the decisions, and they will be really very helpful also to you. In case you have to make any kind of choices regarding your education, loans, so you can do that as well. And a good time for progeny this month. So in case you have to travel, so plan your travels after Mercury goes direct. That is the time, Mercury is Mercury leads to some confusion, some hiccups when you have to make decisions regarding your travel plans. They can be that you are quite analytical. You're very you have the tendency to solve problems. You're very because it is after all Gemini sign, so ruled by Mercury, so you're drawn to arguments also. So don't get entrapped in those things, but yeah, make the best use of this period, because you have a lot of energy on your 4th house of happiness, and the lord of your happiness is transiting your 4th house, which is again forming a Pancha Mahapurush Yoga. So you should utilize this time for making decisions regarding your family, regarding education, regarding your communication, information, technology, innovation, whatever you want to start, anything new or restart something which was halted. This is the best period for you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. For Cancer natives, this transit of moon, you have to see, the weeklies that I make often, you should see how moon's condition is, how moon is interacting. So you have to watch out for moon's connectivity with Ketu and Rahu especially, and when moon is combust with sun. So this is the time you have to, these are the phases when you have to be extra careful. But otherwise, you have a good Jupiter looking at you at your 1st house, getting direct also. Saturn is also going to go direct, though they are moving towards your 8th house. So the Ashtama Shani is going to be next year, which is starting. So you have to be extra careful about your health. And right now, whatever, you are having complications in your relationships, that's going to get sorted. Maybe you will be resolving whatever issues you were having between you and your partner. And for education purpose, I would say that you should wait for Venus to transit out of your 5th house zone, because Ketu is also there. So some spiritual growth is visible. Some childbirth is visible. Creative abilities are good, but at the same time, this is not a great placement for initiation of anything new. So try avoiding and postponing maybe, and then make, for romance also, this is not a good combination. Venus actually loses the romantic you, he doesn't remain that romantic when it's conjunct with Ketu. You become very separative. You don't want to be with in that mood any longer, that's what. So, and you tend to, lose that beauty and the charm also when Ketu is conjunct this Venus. So you have to put a little extra effort to look good, to dress up well. So all those energies you have to be looking after yourself. Sun is going to be transiting your Kendra in your 4th house and debilitating there. So this is not a very positive placement for Sun, and it's going to lead to some ego clashes often. Maybe you want to, you are in that tug of war. You don't want to be compromising. You don't want to be adjusting, but Sun in this zone, wants you to, tones you down. That is why Sun, the Krura Graha, the king, he doesn't feel comfortable here in the 4th house. He feels that why he has to just do for others, why do for others, as in like why he has to balance things out, why, because he feels very frustrated here. Okay, because there's nothing like, leaving the leadership qualities of the Sun, but here he becomes very moderate and very considerate towards people. So he is not too happy being what, he's not. Definitely, this is like leading to coordinate with people, work with authenticity, and, indicates lack of leadership capability. So all those things, are going to lead to incompetence and extraordinary moral judgment skills, which you don't like with the sun being there. That's why it debilitates here. So you have to work through these energies. You have to balance things out with sun there. So don't get carried away with the negative things around you. It can lead to something which will give you some kind of negative energies also. You can lose morals also. So be cautious. Rahu is in your 11th house in Krittika Nakshatra, Sun's Nakshatra. So when Sun transits through this zone, it's forming a connectivity with Rahu, which is 6-8 relationship. So this can lead to health issues to your father also. And you have to take care of your morals. You can develop that kind of attitude, which is some extramarital affairs or laziness or some meanness with this kind of a combination. So try to figure that out, how you can come out of it. Don't get entrapped in that. Okay. So do the chants that I have given, the goddess chants, in the description box, and also in the initial summary part I've given. Just check the chapters, you'll find the chants. Do the chants, they're going to be very helpful. Mercury is forming a parivartana with Venus. That is going to be very positive. Why? Because Venus is going to be, when it's a parivartana, it's said that Venus comes to its own zone and the planets change places. So Mercury coming to, Venus coming to your 4th house and Mars entering your 5th house in a way is definitely very positive. Positive for the relationship, also for your enhancement of your, or redoing your place, or buying some property and lands also, some loans that you have to go in for. All that, practical things, it is good for that. For spiritual growth, of course, you have a very strong planet, Jupiter, in your 7th house. So that's, and as it is, Jupiter is the lord of your 9th as well. So this is going to give you spiritual growth any which ways. So incline yourself towards the positive, and the positives will definitely come your way. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is Leo. For Leo natives, Sun is going to be, you have to check the condition of Sun. Sun is going to be transiting your 3rd house, and being the lord of the Lagna, going to the 3rd house is not a bad placement for Sun. At least Sun feels quite, quite strong. Willpower is very strong when Sun transits the 3rd house, but here he debilitates. This is a Avarohi Graha when it's in Virgo sign. So when Sun enters Libra, he feels that, he's communicative, he's very, the people's person, sociable. So he lacks the leadership skills, basically. So that leader needs to be very firm. So here, when in Libra sign, he becomes very pally with those people he's working for. He's the dominating one and he's the authority. So what happens here? He feels quite uncomfortable because that's not Sun in Libra sign. That's why he debilitates there. So the sexual urge increases, getting interested in people increases, and forming a connectivity with the outside world increases. So this Sun is a secluded one. He wants to dominate. He wants to say, I want to do this, you should do this. So all those, is missing. So he feels quite uncomfortable with the debilitation sign of his. But yes, Mars is going to be also moving into the zone. So Mars is emitting that energy to Sun, because Sun is weak here. Even if Mars is combust, Astangada as we say, but it's going to be still in conjunction with Sun. So Mars is losing its power and it's emitting that power to Sun. Mercury is going to be in your 2nd house in the Virgo sign. So this will give you a lot of communication. You might be meeting people and signing those agreements, documentation. This is the time to make decisions now. It is going to give you enhancement in wealth also, because Mercury is going to go direct. After all, Mercury is the planet of yours, the wealth-giving planet of yours. So see if it's the dasha of Mercury. So this Mercury retrograde and direct, part is going to definitely impact you even more. You have Saturn and Jupiter also going to get direct in your 6th house. So there will be a lot of positive energy coming your way to make decisions regarding your work, workplace, your work culture. Some change is coming your way. So accept it, be receptive, and this definitely is going to take place, will culminate towards the middle of the year. Though it will start this year, but it will culminate next year. Something positive attached to your Saturn transiting through your direct motion, because it's moving towards the 7th house zone. Though it is not considered to be good for relationships, but yes, definitely Jupiter's grace is there. Jupiter is a protector, so he will definitely give you wealth as well as good relationships also. Good time for progeny in case you are planning for, because Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, 3 planets are going to get direct. So this is definitely very positive for you, very positive month for you. And do the chants that I've given in the description box, they will definitely help you. Coming to the Virgo sign. For Virgo, Mercury is going to be transiting back to on the 2nd of October to your Virgo sign again, and it's forming that Bhadra Yoga, that is Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga. For the babies born during this time, it's going to be a very good placement and it's going to give good results. The babies are going to be very intelligent, the ones who are born during this time when Mercury is over your 1st house. So this is definitely a very positive one for the ones who are thinking of starting any new business, any kind of new trading. Mercury is retrograde, so you have to understand your Mercury in the horoscope, how it is and how this Mercury is forming a connectivity with that Mercury. So only then you will be able to decide as to what kind of impact is this Mercury giving you, what kind of result it's giving you. So it's very difficult to say, to judge the retrogrades, because it's like a preparation for something which is coming your way, something big which is going to happen in future. So definitely this you have to check yourself. Then Venus is going to be forming a parivartana towards the end of the month for 1 week at least, and before to that it's going to be in your 3rd house, conjunct Ketu. So this will give you some complications with your people, around you. Maybe you will be making some kind of decisions which are going to be delayed. And but this is a good time for making decisions regarding your your willpower is going to be very strong. You're going to be maybe if you're a teacher, this is a good time for the information. You can share the information. You need to express your ideas. There is there are some thought process which you are going to work through during this placement. Mercury rules this zone actually. Gemini sign is the one which rules this place. So you will have a lot of thoughts which are very speedily coming and going. You will be like, oh my god, so many thoughts. So that is something which is going to give you a lot of change, a lot of energy during this time, and this will give you inclination towards beautiful things also. But with Ketu presence, you will have some problems or losses due to the siblings, some physical ailments, some emotional problems you can go through, or maybe you will be yearning for your siblings. So this can give you some difficulty in purchasing or of a vehicle, of buying of property, because it's a 12th house from the 4th. So this will give you problems in your education also. Maybe break in education is also quite likely. Something very creative that you have might be towards a very different approach, because it's the thinking out of the box kind of a feeling. So you will be realizing that there are certain answers that you have been looking for, and you are not getting those answers, and you're feeling very uncomfortable. Okay. Also, Saturn and Jupiter are going to get direct, and they're going to be, as I said, in the 6th house of yours. So that is positive for you, and positive for your relationship, positive for your because they are basically moving away from the 5th house. So 5th house, creativity, your relationships, they are all going to get little better with the passage of time, and you will feel those energies even more with the Jupiter energy here. So progeny prospects on cards, and you're going to be planning your future well. So do that. And in case you are a creative person yourself, so this is going to be very positive again for you. And also, I've seen it gives a lot of sense of responsibility also, with this kind of a placement of Saturn, and the devotion basically, to do the jobs. And this will give you some, profound understanding and knowledge. So utilize this, you're contemplating on the bigger things, and your mindset becomes very positive and broad-minded. So utilize this time, I would say. Okay. And for your Rahu's placement, I can just say that this is the time when you will have a lot of energy towards doing something unconventional, thinking about your maybe you are going to be very spontaneous and very impulsive also. You should just tame those energies. There's an attraction towards the occult sciences or the different kind of belief systems. The spouse might be having a partner, might be having a business with the sibling, can happen. Maybe initiation of that can happen as well. Some kind of miscommunication can cause a lot of trouble to your father or your father-like figures. So you have to be making sure that you don't hurt others during this time. Okay. And there's a parivartana, as I said, between Mars and Venus. So this will actually encourage you to spruce up your home, maybe some kind of activities you'll be getting into, some real estate business you will be getting into, and student natives will do well at that time as well. Okay, do the chants that I've given in the description box or the initial summary part if you can go through that. Okay, coming to Libra sign. So for Libra natives, we have to check the condition of Venus because Venus is your Laknesh or the Dasha Lord. Actually, you should check these Venus or the Dasha. If at all you're having a Dasha of Venus also, so double the impact. So you see, Venus is going to be conjunct Ketu in your second house. So this will bring about some kind of irritable, in the teeth, you will have some problems, or they can be that your voice, your communication gets a little rough also. There can be some, if at all you're having some thyroid problems, so that can aggravate during this time. And in case you have some kind of financial insecurities, that might just, get aggravated because of Ketu combination with Venus, because it cuts, it basically, gives you ill health as well as problems in financials, related to your second house, of course. So this will give you some kind of financial issues, some kind of allergies, some food related troubles. Maybe you will eat something and then you will have problems in your teeth, in your gums, and in your mouth region. So you have to be really careful about that. This is a very good placement for learning a different language if you want to go in for that. It's definitely very positive for that reason. Saturn and Jupiter are going to be in your fourth house, and this is going to be giving you some change of place. Generally, I have seen when Saturn and Jupiter are in the fourth, Saturn especially, is the malefic planet. It's going to go direct also. So it is definitely to bring about some kind of change of place. So in case you're thinking of already something like that, so that is definitely going to happen. And your family and your friends definitely are going to be a part of your life. You'll be spending more time with them, and this is going to be a very emotional phase for you. It will make you detached with your mother. Maybe you will detach yourself, or there is some loss of home or some kind of insecurity also related to your inheritances, quite likely. Okay, so just make sure you make these points, note these points. And Mercury is going to be in your 12th house, conjunct Mars and Sun. So this is 12th house is a very detaching kind of an energy. You just want to surrender. You want to just do things, in a very subconscious level, basically. You want to spend more time to do things, you want to isolate basically yourself. So when Mercury is over your 12th house in its own zone, it's an exaltation place also. So you become more research oriented. You want to study higher education, start initiation of something new, but it is not going to be on the superficial plane. It is going to be on a psychological plane. Definitely very powerful one. You will have interest to take care of others, maybe. Okay, and Mars is also there, so this will give you some kind of passive aggressive tendencies, some extraordinarily you'll be spending on things which you, on gadgets maybe, you'll be spending a lot. So be careful about those, because you can go haywire with the too much of expenditures. There can be some intuitive powers also. You will have some kind of connectivity with your inner soul. Spiritual elevation is projected and visible with this kind of a placement of Mercury, Mars, and Saturn. Some hidden enemies can also just surface. So be careful about that as well. Okay, and your Rahu energy, in the 8th house might give you too much of transformative energy. At the same time, it can give you some kind of health issues also. I keep saying that repeatedly because 8th house gives scandals also, controversies also. So it's not necessarily that you will have some kind of health issues only. It can lead to some kind of scandals also. Maybe you become too obsessive and compulsive, so that disturbs you overall. And your physical desires actually are you get addicted to. So you have to be very careful about that addiction. Surrender and heal yourself and others. Start doing that. And that's the only thing which can actually help you through. Okay. And I feel that rest of the planets are well positioned for growth prospects. In case you want to initiate anything new, you should be going in for that this month. Surely there is a supportive thing, about your business projects, ambition that is there, on your, which is going to get fulfilled also. The desires are going to get fulfilled as well. Okay. Because Sun is going to be leaving your 12th house and will be transiting your first house after all. Okay. So just tame that ego and flow with the flow. Okay. Do the chants that I've given in the description box and you'll feel better. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. So when Scorpio is in your, the Lord is Mars, and Mars is going to be in your 11th house and then in your 12th house. So you have to check the condition of Mars. Mars is going to be forming a parivartana between this Venus also. So this will give you a lot of humanitarian, inclination, your oneness with the community you move around with. There's a lot of hope that you are, that hopeful about things. And you do feel that there is some kind of connectivity with people, even more your friends. Maybe friends will sort out your problems that you're having. There can be some jealousy that you can face from people, some competition always, that you are going through. And this also gives you friends which have some ulterior motive, so you have to be extra careful about that. And the oldest maybe the sibling of yours, that might get into a relationship during this time. For quite a lot of creative abilities that you can show, or you have communication skills. Some superiors might change because Mercury is also there in the 11th house, and you will have some education also, initiation of education this month. So think of doing something which elevates you towards better. Sun is going to be there for until the 17th, and then we'll be moving on to your 12th house. So this is a good time, when Sun is in your 11th house, to move around with in the organizations or the groups, which will actually help you be more creative or change, or influential people you're going to be coming across, which will actually help you complete the things, or take you to another level. So this is definitely a very positive one. Some friends will be very powerful during this time, and they will help you. So utilize those those people around you to elevate yourself, and do things which you have planned already, and they are going to be actually coming to they're going to be executed well. Saturn and Jupiter are also going to get direct in the third house of yours, and Saturn is definitely, positive here. It's a positive placement for Saturn, and it will give you some kind of inclination towards doing things, completing things, and meeting up with your siblings, and maybe, discussing some major plans, which you have not been able to do from a long time. So this will be like, you'll be more expressive. If you're a teacher, this is a very good time to impart your knowledge, your thoughts, and some competition success, which is coming your way, because this is also Mercury sign, so you'll become very calculative as well. And with this a combination of Saturn and Jupiter, this is like a opposite energy, although, so this will give you a lot of creative energy as well. Okay, and you will be very seriously inclined towards completing your your responsibilities. You're expressive about your whatever you have initiated. So this will be bringing about a lot of focus and in tune with your jobs that you have actually initiated from a long time. So this is good for your education, initiation of education, good for teachers, good for learning new things, and this is going to give you some connectivity with your close family member also. Okay, so yeah, I think that's what is the most important, isn't it? So just do the chants that I have given. Venus and Ketu are over your first house, so you have to be extra careful about your relationship. It can give you a lot of difficulty in understanding people also, because this brings about some kind of seclusion, from people with, Venus and Ketu combination. This is like, you're surrounded by beauty. At the same time, the beauty is like in that, into yourself. You're just not able to show that beauty to others, and you're being very secluded types. Okay, because you're not able to understand people, and you don't want to show the true you also to others with this kind of a combination. So this can bring about some unsupported feelings for people, and people also getting a little away from you. So you have to have that kind of synchronization with people. That's what. But yes, for any kind of startup, if you're thinking of, it's a good time, because Mercury is well positioned in your chart right now. And also there is a possibility of getting into a relationship or alliance also, quite possible. Okay, and do the chance. I've given the chance. See, when Mars is in your 12th house, be careful. Do not get into, don't get carried away into buying things which actually you don't need. Then you will regret, why did I buy all that? And, it will go down to a waste. Some electronic goods, generally, when you will buy, you will spend a lot of money and you will not be able to use those gadgets also. So be careful about those energies as well. Okay, and this is also, the sort of a seventh sign, so it is also it can lead to problems in relationship also, because it's Libra sign after all, and there's an exchange between Venus and Mars also. So this can bring about a lot of issues related to your this is the time to forgive people, I would say, rather than being more manipulative and getting trapped unnecessarily in this world. Okay, in the worldly desires, because you have a lot of passive anger, so you have to work through those energies. So the spiritual awareness that is required now to elevate you, that will be good for the doctors and the healers. This kind of combination is good, because Sun will also be here, and so will be the Mars. So this means a lot of security also that you are wanting. Okay, do the chants that I've given in the description box, and will help you. Coming to the next sign, that is Sagittarius. For Sagittarius natives, check the condition of Jupiter. If you're running through the dasha of Jupiter or Saturn, so you will be more impacted because of these kind of movements. Also, Mercury is forming a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga in your 10th house. So this is definitely very positive for your professional career growth. This will give you that kind of elevation, or maybe some kind of change that you're looking for. And it will give you some kind of connectivity with influential people as well. some department change, some place change, some investments you're going to be making. All that is quite positive for you. If you have to make any kind of decisions regarding your investments, you should be making now in this month, because planets are going direct also, and they're going towards positive for sure. So not good for a relationship though, because Venus is with Ketu. So this is the month which will impact the relationship in negatively, because this Venus is not going to be feeling that comfort zone. It feels detached. Venus is detached. Venus is what? Fine arts. Venus is relationship, luxury, romance. So you will feel quite detached with all these energies. You will not feel like getting into relationship, bed pleasures. All that will be missing with Venus and Ketu combination. But yes, Jupiter, your Lagnesh, that is going to be in dignity, because it's moving towards the third house. It's moving towards the direct motion. So this is definitely going to give you a lot of energy to make finances. You will make finances. There is elevation in your spiritual growth also. Good time for student natives as well. In case they have to plan their future, this is a very good month for that also. Okay. In case you're feeling that you're if you have some kind of connectivity with your partner who is feeling secluded, and detached, so you have to actually work through those, help that partner, be a healer, because Venus in the 12th house is exalted, there in a way. So you be a healer and help that partner of yours. Do the chants that I've given in the description box. Take care of your health also, lower abdomen, and take care of your blood related issues if you're having, and some problems in the jaw or your teeth, gums. So take care of all that. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. For Capricorn natives, Saturn is going to go direct your Lagnesh. So it's going to go direct over your first house. So this is going to be giving you some positive energy here. The jobs that were stuck up, they're going to get complete. I'm not saying that it is going to be the similar kind of results. Maybe you felt very good results when Saturn was in retrogression, because it maybe, you have a retrograde Saturn in your birth chart, and it's well positioned, maybe in the Kendra or in the trine, and it's giving you good results for that reason. But maybe people are having a retrograde Saturn in the chart, but it's in the Dusthanas. Then maybe it is not giving you that kind of results, or the vice versa. Now, maybe it will give you very good results, or it will just cease giving you good results also, because of the Saturn retrogression getting over. So that is something you have to judge yourself as to how that it is forming that connect. But definitely I feel that I would say that this is a good transit, because any planet which is in reverse is not going to be good. Definitely not. When it's moving forward, it's not an unnatural phenomena, but moving backwards is an unnatural phenomena. So you will be feeling that things are moving now, your karma, your time, everything is precious, and it's now being utilized, and towards positive, it's being channeled. So this is going to be giving you that energies, those kind of energies even more. Mercury is going to be in your 9th house. Your luck lord is in your luck house. It is definitely going to be positive, because Mercury is in its own zone, and that's a luck lord also. So luck is by your side. So whatever you have to do, please do now. And Venus is going to be in your 11th house with Ketu. So this will detach you from your love relationship and your finances also. You don't have that inclination. Suddenly you will feel that the inclination towards making money, or, doing things, related to your meeting people, some community that you move around in, all those things are going to take a backseat. Just give me a moment. I'm doing more. Actually, these are live sessions. So excuse me, pardon me for pause. So Venus and Ketu will be, giving you some detachment wherever they sit. So Venus is what? Beauty, love, romance, sex, all those things are going to go down. You will feel detached. You will not feel like meeting people, socializing with them. You don't have, or maybe if you have invested, you will incur losses. That is also quite likely. But at the same time, you have a good Saturn, you have a good Jupiter in your first house, and a very powerful Rahu, which is in the fifth house. So this will give you a lot of inclination towards making money. At the same time, friends, and also elevation of finances as well. Because Venus is with Ketu, so it will maybe, give you more expenditures, or you will not feel like buying anything right now. You're unable to buy something, that you want to, or invest somewhere where you want to. Okay, that is also because of Venus Ketu combination. Okay, but yes, the luck is by your side, so enjoy that. Mars is going to go Digbali in your, Sun is also going to go Digbali in your 10th house from the 17th and 22nd onwards this month. So from that time, you can maybe make some positive changes in your life related to your change of place, or forming a connectivity with your seniors, your co-workers, or making some kind of decisions regarding your projects that are on hand. So this is definitely going to be a very powerful kind of a transit, I would say, because in the Kendra, when the planets are Digbali, it's a very strong kind of a placement. But yes, Sun will lose its potency to be authoritative. So authoritative figures suffer with, Sun getting into the Libra sign. So it actually, gives you, you become very friendly with people. You become sociable, which Sun is not. Sun is a very secluded kind of a planet because it's the king after all. King is a solo, he doesn't like to mix with people because they are the masses. That's why Saturn and Sun don't get along well, right? So just make the best use of these kind of transits, though. They will definitely give you some growth, some influential people coming your way. They might be helping you for this 1 month when Sun is in debility, and then definitely it will start getting up towards better. Okay, though we have an eclipse also with Sun and Ketu combination, Sun, Moon and Rahu on the other side. So that's the next month, we talk about it in the month of November, the eclipses. Coming to the next sign, that is, please do the chants which are given in the description box. I've mentioned the chants initially also in the summary part. Please go back and hear that summary. The chapters are there. You can just click on the chapter and you will get it. So just go through that. Okay. Some kind of tug of war with your partner is going on, with Saturn Jupiter combination. But yeah, it'll get sorted, don't worry. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. For Aquarius natives, this transit of Saturn is happening over your 12th house and it's going to go direct. So that's positive in a way because it's coming out of the 12th house, which is ruled by Jupiter in the natural zodiac. So this will give you some kind of inclinations towards startups, something new, some new businesses, exploring some new places. Maybe you're going to be planning to travel. Do it after Mercury goes direct. Mercury is getting retrograde in your 8th house and has gotten demoted. So this will give you some lack of peace, lack of energy, lack of making finances, making growth in your work. So might be frustrating also. Maybe with children you can have some issues in case you're having some maybe distant relationship. Education, can be little on the, like maybe you're not having that kind of inclination. Suddenly you feel that you don't feel like studying, that concentration is missing. So all that can happen because your 5th lord is Mercury, that's gone to the 8th house. So that's something which you have to be extra cautious about. Then, just do the remedies, chant the mantras, and then start studying. Have that focus. Okay. Also, Jupiter is looking at your Rahu in the 4th house. Rahu is looking at this Jupiter also. So, the mutual thing. So you might be getting too detached with, your family. Maybe your family is not giving you that kind of support and you feel quite restless. But at the place of work also, you're more attached to your home front, but you're not getting that kind of support. But at the place of work, you are not interested to do the work. And with Venus also going there, transiting towards your 10th house, that will, aggravate things even more. With the female counterparts, you can have some kind of arguments often. With the female bosses, you can have some arguments often. And this can lead to some break in your job profile also, change in your job profile also, some kind of break. So you have to be really careful, because Venus is losing its digbal here also, and it's in conjunction with Ketu. So 8th to 11th, that's a very precarious time, very sensitive time, because they'll be closely conjunct also. So make sure that you do not get carried away in making decisions regarding your work. I would request you not to leave the job, because then this will be a very difficult time for you to, take a U-turn and come back to the same. Okay. Sun will be coming out of your 8th house. So this is a better time for you, which is like, Sun going to the 8th house is not considered to be good. And then now it's going to be in its debility sign. But 8th house and debility, there's a lot of difference. So you feel that, you have lost all the willpower, the hope, you're just going down. You don't feel like talking to people with Sun in the 8th house. You want to seclude yourself, basically. But with this transiting through the opposite sign, where you are very sociable, you're very talkative, you're very pally with people, Sun is going to be there for a month. So from the 17th till the next month, 17th, 16th. So that will be the time when you will have that transition. You will have that connectivity with people also. So make the best use of this. Be the people's person, talk to everybody. Maybe, somebody will click, something will happen, something which, is not materializing, maybe with the help of others, that might materialize. Have a good connection with your father. Take his help, because 9th house is father's house. I take it as 9th house. So you might have that kind of connect with them. With a guru, maybe, with a spiritual guru, you might form a connectivity. So that will bring a lot of knowledge, peace, and clarity in your life. Do the chants. I've mentioned the chants in the description box. Do the chants. They will really be helpful. Also, Jupiter is there in your 12th house, being the Lord of the second. So you have to maintain that bank balance. This can deplete the bank balance also. Make sure that your happiness quotient is on the rise rather than going downhill, because Jupiter is, after all, looking at your 4th house. But there's some confusion because of this Rahu. You're not too happy with the on the home front. There's something amiss. Maybe your mother is going to be very dominating kind. Okay, because Rahu is in Krittika, or maybe you're having some Pitradosha. So if at all you are having that Pitradosha, just get the Mahalaya on the 6th, get the Tarpana done. It will really help you eradicate all the curses. Okay, or from the past life. Do the chants that I've mentioned in the description box every day. If you can do it 9 times, perfect. Coming to the next sign, which is the last one, that is Pisces. For Pisces people, you have to see the condition of Jupiter. Jupiter is going direct in your 11th house. So forming a connectivity with people is the, is your cup of tea right now, basically. Getting into that zone of investments, thinking of financial growth, getting in touch with the people around you, your community you move around in, charities you will be doing. So all that is on the high now. With the retrogression, you have not been able to do things. Now you're going to be, whatever you planned, the basic foundation that you have laid, now is the time to build on that. So very positive time. In case you have been having some problems with your friends or the people that you have move around with, that they will also get sorted. They'll settle now. Okay. Your siblings might be of some great help to you. Utilize that. Some advice you will be seeking, and you will be getting a right kind of advice also during this time related to your work and your investments. Mercury is also in your Kendra, forming a Pancha Mahapurusha Yoga with Mars and Sun to start with, and then they will be obviously getting scattered. Mars will be in with conjunct Sun in your 8th house, and this will bring about a lot of transformational energy in you, a lot of energy which is like the productive energy. If you're a healer or a doctor, this is a very good time for you to do well in your profession. some growth prospects on cards. Student natives are going to be feeling the energies even more, to start things, do things, and take them to the other level, learning new language, learning new subjects, new courses. You'll be joining some new courses and you'll be getting that kind of success also. Venus and Ketu are in your ninth house, and the luck lord is in your eighth house. It's going to be after the 22nd until the 5th of December. So it's a long time. So you have to make sure that you make the right kind of choices. Do not get carried away with, the hearsay, whatever the people are saying, and you just go ahead with it. Take care of your health also, just don't go on that laid back attitude. Okay, I'll be fine. Because there is something which can be, can get aggravated. So get that thing done. Whatever you're having, issues related to your blood, related to your lower abdomen, don't ignore. Just make sure that when Mars is in your eighth house, don't go in for any surgical process. Take care of your health, and in case you have to, then plan it well and do it, because Mars is in the eighth house. So this will lead to some kind of, surgical process also. So make sure that you do things in a planned manner. Don't do it in a scattered way. Overall, I think this is a good month for you for a couple of reasons. That there is a lot of energy over your first house. Planets are looking at the first house. They are considered to be very positive, and so many planets are emitting their energy to a particular zone. They're aspecting. So this will give you some kind of clarity in making decisions and doing things in a bigger plane. Utilize it, I would say. Okay, I think I've explained everything. Not a good time for taking loans also. Avoid taking loans. Health is definitely, you have to keep a check after 22nd, especially. Okay, take care and God bless. So this is it for all the 12 ascendants and the moon signs, whatever resonates more with you. Do share this video with the people you like and want them to hear as well. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Stay blessed. Om Tat Sat.